I hope you enjoyed the introduction track. Now let's talk about this Ibanez XPT 700. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of Ibanez guitars because I just don't like the mojo of the brand, but I also know they are making nice guitar, especially they have exquisite guitars on their premium segment, and as a simple consumer I have nearly no experience with Ibanez guitars just because of this reason, besides my old S540 and the RGI 6B. But today we have something special which is on my radar for a long time. Today we will talk about this Ibanez XPT 700. You know, it's not something premium, but it's not also something budget. You can find this guitar on Reverb for 8 or 900 bucks. So we can say it's a mid-tier, upper mid-tier guitar. You know, I bumped into this guitar a lot on the second-hand websites for a long time, and I always admired its both color and the specifications. You know, it looks breathtaking and evil at the same time. But when I had the chance, I always preferred a Jackson instead of purchasing an Ibanez just because of the brand's mojo. And today I could find the chance to try and review one, but I have to mention it's not mine, it belongs to a dear friend of mine. And in this video we will review this guitar with a slightly different setup of mine. And if you're a regular viewer, you probably already know my signal chain, but if you're a first timer, let me introduce myself briefly. I'm Tolga SERT and you're at Red Vault, which is a small recording facility in the basement of my home. And in here I'm trying to explore the limits of my gear, and if you want to explore with me, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and please don't forget to leave your opinions in the comment section. Now let's talk about my different signal chain. In this video you will hear this guitar through this Mesa Roadking 2 dual rectifier, and we will play the first and the fourth channel of this amplifier. Also, this thing goes to the Mesa Rectifier standard 4x12 cabinet on the other room, and instead of just the Shure SM57, in this video you will hear the amplifier through Beta 57, Shure Beta 57 also. So time to time I will swap between the microphones, and then at some point you will hear the combined audio of those two microphones. Also, obviously, we have a Maxon OD808, and just to check the tuning, I have a chromatic tuner from Boss, and all of the signal comes to this Testcam M2600. Actually, it's not visible on the camera, but you know it if you watch my previous videos. Anyway, I'm using the analog preamps of this device without any post EQ, post process, and I send the signal of this Testcam to the Focusrite 18i20, which is used as an AD converter. So you will hear the unprocessed audio this time instead of the introduction track. Now finally let's talk about this beautiful guitar. On this guitar we have a mahogany body with maple neck with 25.5-inch scale. Also we have rosewood fretboard, and I have to say it's a really dark rosewood. It's acceptable. You know, in today's production, the rosewood quality, actually they are using laurel or some different pau ferro, different type of woods instead of rosewood, because it's banned as far as I remember, just because of the regulations on the customs. I'm not sure, but it's a situation like this. Anyway, it's a really dark rosewood and I'm happy with it. And we have 25.5-inch scale with 24 jumbo frets. We have DiMarzio deactivator pickups on both positions. Let me check it. Yeah, we have DiMarzio deactivator humbuckers with a volume pot and a tone pot and a three-way toggle switch. Yeah, it's three-way. I really like the reverse headstock design, and we have an Ibanez H3 floating bridge with set neck construction, but I'm not sure about the position of the input jack. It has no angle. Unlike the Jackson V's or the Warriors, it directly goes into the body and it feels like an obstacle if I hold the guitar like this. I'm okay when I'm holding like this, it's acceptable, but if I want to hold the guitar like this, it's not comfortable. Besides that, I have to mention the color again. It looks green and red at the same time due to the angle of the light, and it's mesmerizing, man, it's mesmerizing. And we have no cover because of the previous user. We have a neck heel, which is a nice thing. And the tuning of this guitar is drop D, and I can easily say, because of my experience on the introduction track recording, it sounds gnarly. And now let's connect this guitar and let's hear it. Now you are hearing the cabinet sound through this SM7B, which is right in front of me, and the cabinet is on the other room, but I can control the channels with this Testcam, and now you are hearing the SM57. And now let's check the Beta 50. And now let's open up the board. It's really harsh, it's really aggressive, and I really like the sound of this guitar. Also, I really like the feel of this guitar. You know, the neck is way thinner than a regular Jackson or LTD ESP or a Schecter. You know, they are mentioning this neck as speed neck as far as I remember, and I really liked it. Also, the binding quality is really nice. I can feel I'm holding something premium. You know, the rosewood is kind of a deal breaker when it comes to the premium feeling, but it's acceptable, and for 8 or 900 bucks, it's way acceptable compared to today's productions and their price tags. And now let's tweak the amplifier a little bit to get some different type of metal sound. And let's check the clean performance of the guitar. You know, it's not something for blues or jazz. You know, you get it. It's a monstrosity, and we have to accept it. It's an harsh guitar, it's an aggressive guitar, and even the clean sound of this guitar is aggressive yet controlled. So if you want to write some atmospheric clean intros for a metal project, you can get some nice clean sounds too. You know, it has definition, it has clarity, and I really like the sound of the guitar. Also, I really like the feel of the guitar. It feels something premium, it feels something heavy. You know, when it comes to Ibanez, I would love to mention some cons about this guitar, but I think it's unbeatable, and I'm saying it sincerely, because for 800 bucks you can purchase a basswood body with Laurel or Pauferro type of neck, with some cheaper pickups from the brand's own production, with a Floyd Rose special. But I think the sound characteristics is really good when it comes to this mahogany body. Also, I really like the reinforced maple neck, the feel of it, and the feel of the binding, and the feel of the jumbo frets. Also, we have fresh strings on this guitar, and the tuning stability is magnificent, because after 40 minutes of playing, the tuning of this guitar is still right, and we have to consider the uncontrolled power of my right hand. And besides that, I really like the clarity and the definition of the pickups too. You know, I'm not a DiMarzio fan. I have so little experience with DiMarzio. I have no negative comments or thoughts about the DiMarzio. This DiMarzio deactivator sounds really nice when it comes to the metal, when it comes to the chugging. And I also really like the clean characteristics, response to the clean sounds, response of this pickup to the clean sounds. Only negative issue is this: you have to put an angled input jack. It's not right, it's not comfortable, especially if you have big legs like me, if you are a big guy like me. And that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed the review, and if you enjoyed, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and also please don't forget to leave your opinions in the comment section. Till the next video, see ya.